You mentioned more than a couple times that learning objectives are key to figuring out the
Mhm.
structure and the content as well. And can you talk about how important learning objectives are and really what is a great way for our audience to think about learning objectives to create their own to make sure that they really fulfill the needs of the audience?
So learning objectives are very important, in my opinion. In my opinion, they actually play key role in developing any e-learning course if you want the course to be successful. So when crafting clear and measurable learning objectives, I usually recommend focusing on action verbs. So obviously, instead of using verbs like understand or know, use action verbs that describe the observable behavior. Learners will actually demonstrate after completing the course. And I also recommend using the ABCD of learning objectives. So that framework, I really like that framework. I think that framework actually helps you craft the most accurate objective that covers all the needs. So the audience part, you would talk about again your target audience, which is like I said before, is a very important component. Behavior, what specific action should they be able to perform at the end of the course? And then condition, under what circumstances should they perform this action? And then degree, um, you would talk about to what extent should that action be performed. So like resulting in a 10% increase or something like that, right? Uh, and another suggestion that I have is to align with Bloom's taxonomy. I use Bloom's taxonomy a lot. So Bloom's taxonomy categorizes different levels of learning, from remembering basics to evaluating complex concepts. And using this framework to ensure that objectives target appropriate level of understanding is crucial, in my opinion. And I also recommend clearly defining how you will measure whether learners have actually achieved the objectives. So this could involve assessments, quizzes, practical tasks, demonstrations. So that's not necessarily always multiple choice question.
Hmm.
And of course, I always recommend keeping it simple and concise. So we want to avoid overly complex and lengthy objectives, and we want to ensure that learners can easily understand what's expected. So they know what's needed. And again, they're going back to micro learning. So that's important in my opinion.